Gonzalez, Daniel Orcs Harrison, and Robert Brendaniel Valdez. It is going to be the best day of spacing ever.
Oh my god.
Oh, you cannot handle I can't handle double dans, to be honest.
So who is...
If tridance happens...
You know what's great is we already have a really good conversation for a bro and brew. Who's the left, middle, and right prong of the trident?
Well, I mean, Dagon's the left.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no,
we have to definitely the middle.
We have to hold on. This is
He is a middle Dan.
This is conversational gold. I will not be wasting it on the draft.
Wait, do we need... I mean, okay, well, the draft is happening. Gwen and Yone are going to be taken away. I'll put some attention to it now if you really need it.
Attention to the draft.
Do you... Okay. Yes. Be honest. What do you think's more important? What happens on the Rift or the draft in a series like this?
I cannot in good conscience break the fourth wall on this, but you know what my real thoughts are.
Oh, I know. Yeah. And I know that this is the time to talk about the Trident's Trident, okay? If there's ever a time.
But have we not already fixed it then? Because Degon's left.
Yep.
And then Brendan
Orcs
right.
is the big middle Trident.
Okay.
Yeah. And Brendan's Orc. Right.
Brendan's right. All right. So we fixed it.
Oh my! The Trident happened in chat. Oh my! Look at that. Why did Dagon have to capitalize all of the?
They must have coordinated. Are they like a Pokemon? Do you think we have?
Why did he have to capitalize?
I think we have an entire.
He saw them both Dan correctly and then Dan wrong.
Where they just say their name. Can you imagine?
Honestly, might be better content.
We're blinding Trundle, everyone.
Yep, we are doing that.
Not super excited about this. We have been pretty outspoken, but we have seen it used as both a deterrent. I think the pick's good. I just feel like it's one of those things where we all handshake it, and then at some point we realize, like, wait, we can counter this, because there are a lot of matchups where Trundle really struggles.
But do you ever do it when Varus is up? This is so weird.
Don't pick Sejuani. No.
I mean, they can Varus Vi. They can do the VV of the BVV. I reckon Bel'Veth is probably the way to go, though.
So what they're going to do is probably Wukong.
Oh.
Who I think isn't too bothered by the Trundle, even though obviously it is a bit of an annoying matchup. It's not the end of the world. Sejuani would have been truly disastrous, as obviously, even if you go on Sealed Spellbook, I feel like that matchup isn't very fun. And Kroko, you also want to see him on something aggressive. Now, I do hope we won't see Ahri, because Ahri, I think, is like, what, 1-6, 1-5, 1-7, around that. I know it's a 16% win rate. So I hope that, hey, 1-5, there we go. I hope it's not that for closer. But we do still have a good amount of mid laners being up, although the target bands do kind of feel like they were mostly focused towards mid as the Rise comes out. So what, it can't be closer Victor. And closer Cassio into this matchup I'm not feeling super great about. I know it's really good into Rise, don't get me wrong. I just feel like for these teams, I don't think we should go Cassio.
You can just lock Alistar so that you've got at least some frontline that's not too affected by the Subjugate, but instead they do decide to go Cassio.
Yeah, I knew it was coming, and I complained in folly.
Yeah. That's why we should have been talking about the Tridents instead.
Back to the dance!
No, I mean, in theory, this is also probably working way better in scrims than it has been necessarily on stage. It's not like just losing every match or anything like that, but we haven't seen the Cassio be the checkmate that I think a lot of our teams are locking it into.
It really isn't that bad. It's 2-3 at the moment in the LCK.
Yeah, it's not end of the world.
So it's fine.
It's better than Ahri.
It is much better than... that would have actually made me a lot more upset. I think this is fine. Not amazing, but closer at this point should be somewhat trusted. Also, as someone who was a big Bulldog believer back in 2023.
A BBB?
It has not aged well, unfortunately.
No.
I think both the solo laners of DN Freecs are currently really struggling. Dudu at least has some good early laning phases. I think he just really struggles to transition. For Bulldog, we're not even seeing that anymore. He used to be known for... Obviously, last year was just mostly Tristana, but 2023, he had very up and down performances, but sometimes make you go, oh, okay.
He had that mid-Corki that one time.
I mean, he's had like he's pulled out a bunch of stuff like the Zareth before other... way before other people started playing, which I think is cool. Just we haven't really seen that magic. Another player.
Pick Trundle and ban 2 tanks.
I hope not.
Okay, the Lisi Alistair does get taken away. Of course, a very good pick for the Bros right now. I do think, you know, Polo could head towards something like a Rakan or a Rel and still be pretty happy about how things are doing.
I'm like triple checking. Why is Aurora open?
Good question.
So it is Morgan, and Morgan, as much as you love him, I think you do have to admit, champion pool sometimes.
What do you mean?
Not enough,
Morgan,
but guess what?
Morgan has literally played only unique champions.
No, I know.
He's played 8 out of 8 unique champions this season. That is called a champion ocean.
Well, he also did look.
He's probably playing Cassiopeia here as well. We're going to flex it to the top lane, and he's going to show you, Chronicler, his 9th unique champion is going to be even better.
Was it you that talked about Barrel Rise support?
Yes, it was. I mean, who else is going to talk about Barrel Rise support?
Hopefully no one. I hope that's not a thing.
Yeah, I then spoke about Barrel Rise support to my therapist afterwards, and we're hopefully going to be able to deal with that in the future, and you guys won't have to deal with it.
And the was like, it's not real. You're like, but I saw it in my mind's eye.
I imagined it that one time, and it's caused permanent damage.
I actually really like the Rel pickup here. I think that's something that BRION was really looking to go towards. Alistair has already taken it away as well. Probably just going to be Nautilus for Palu. That's kind of what I'm feeling. I think Israel is definitely his best pick, so I actually think it's a really good pick up there for life. You can also go Renata, because it is good with the Varus. I think it kind of works into the enemy composition as well.
It does make people face certain directions that are relatively easy to know.
Poppy, we're never going to be mad about, right? It's good into Rel.
Yep. It's
not the craziest Poppy angle, to be completely fair. Like looking at the entire top side of DNF, there's no dashes. It's not a thing, but Poppy, with both her setup for dives, as well as her ability to turn numbers advantages, or generate numbers advantages rather very quickly, I think is always good. I like the draft from DN Freecs. I think it's fine. Actually, I think both drafts are pretty solid here. With a lot of volatile lanes. That's really what I'm looking towards, is which jungler can make the earlier impact. Obviously, Trundle has a stronger early game. When looking at the 2v2 though, I'm looking at that Casio Wukong post 6. That's...
yeah.
Especially when you combine it with the Poppy, combine it with the Varus, the pick potential of the Bro comp, a little scary to me, Atlas.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Bro comp and I'm seeing way more range than the DNF comp, and there's Cyclone and Petrifying Gaze and all of the things that do a lot of damage, and they're not going to be outranged by the composition of DNF. Like you say, DNF's composition, similar sort of Death Ball vibes, and the Pillar and Equalizer, things that we've spoken about many times before. Magnetstorm can be followed up on very, very well with a lot of what DNF has. But do you know what this is all going to come down to, guys? And look, we do want to build up the drafts, talk about how important all these matchups are and things like that. I don't think it's going to matter. It's about who plays well on the day. Let's get into it. All right, he can feel the desperation here in LoL Park as DNF are staring down the barrel of an impossible second place in the Rise group after this.
I gotta say, man, those DNF fans, they are unrelenting in their support, unwavering. It is actually really nice. It's inspirational. We're on the other end of LoL Park.
Yep.
We could hear them shout. No, really, when it comes down to Bro, the real question is, can you beat them in the clutch? And the reason why I'm making that specific statement, in case you didn't watch it, that was an Atlas quote from Pogstate. That was turned into a very funny video that I do want to shout out, actually, because it was peak. Especially because that statement in the episode, I don't even remember, but when in the video plays, it sounds like so much truth. And then immediately afterwards, BNK 2-0, bro.
Yeah.
It's just...
Hey, it wasn't the clutch moment. They didn't need to. They were looking good.
Yeah.
They were looking good at that point. They were like, oh, nah. We're not really forced to make any plays right now. It's all right. Noxious blasts, landing, things like that here in this mid lane.
So, I actually have a sad story that relates to Bro and Brew that I wanted to tell you, Atlas.
Okay, please.
So, because, you know, I'm a big coffee guy.
Yes.
Drowning in coffee at the moment.
Oh, that's not great.
Well, figuratively. So, it's good. My entire freezer is stocked up. But I...
Is that where coffee's supposed to go?
You can, if you have a lot of beans to keep them fresh. It doesn't really matter. You can just grind them and it's fine.
All right, we're just crashing down momentarily here towards Hype, who does do the walk strat. That's going to work out.
But you have prepared me a cup of lovely tea repeatedly.
Oh, yes.
And I ordered that tea.
You did?
And it was delivered, or so it said, and I haven't seen the tea. And now I don't know what happened. And
Where did it get delivered?
Well, I don't know. And I texted the delivery, no response. So now I'm out of tea. And it was the same tea that you made for me. The
Melbourne breakfast.
It was.
Oh, disaster.
Yeah, so now I'm like, I still want to order it again, but it feels kind of bad.
Yeah, because you don't want to, like, what if it happens again? Then you're going to feel real silly.
Yeah. And I really wanted that tea, because that's for the Bro and Brew.
Yeah, that's what we need today. I should have just brought some bags with me. I do have a few left. Oh, man. Next week, we will make sure that we are prepared with some Melbourne breakfast for some Bro and Brew.
Please.
Right now, I've got my, just machine coffee from round the corner.
Machine coffee from work.
Yeah, the good old work machine coffee. It's not too bad. The problem is that here in Korea, milk with coffee is just not really a thing. And I do like at least a bit of milk in my coffee in general. So I made myself the classic iced Americano.
Yeah.
As is the way.
It's fine. It's one of those things where I think if the coffee isn't great, I think milk goes such a long way.
It does, especially if the milk is decent. And
yeah.
Korean milk, I think, gets a bit of a bad rap. It's not too bad.
It's solid.
And that's I think that's high praise from
a
Dutch and an Australian.
Very serious. Both of our respective countries about dairy.
Yeah, decent dairy focus. As Dudu focusing on Morgan here. Morgan going to be able to get a little bit of damage back. As the Trundle actually, Pyosha canceling the back.
Aurora's so hard to actually pin down. As Morgan. Oh, that's annoying. Not game breaking by any means, but definitely as a jungler, like, ugh.
Yeah, it's very frustrating. It's going to be a little bit later onto the map.
Croco is actually doing a 1.5 camp clear, so he's already on his second rotation, and then is going to get a base in. Shouldn't really be an opening window there. Morgan also going for the Comet as opposed to the Electrocute, which I think is interesting. We've mostly seen the Electrocute but into a matchup that's a little bit beefier. I do think it makes sense. I do think you lose out on early pressure, though, because let's be real, early Electrocute is kind of busted as wow.
Corki is a bit of a Rise champion, isn't he?
Yeah, well, we saw, Doc Dom and Trigger. Everything else was the Risers.
Yeah, and that's a really good point. Doc Dom and Trigger are both Legend Group players. However, feels like not teams in
spiritually. It might be more Rise.
The true Legendary squads here in the LCK are not necessarily dabbling with the Aviator.
We really are tier list seasoning at the moment, right?
A little bit.
It's like we got Genji T1, then we got a little gap.
Hanwha's sort of
then
like
we got Hanwha, they're on their own.
Yeah,
because they're not close.
Berry in the middle.
They're not close to KT Nongshim.
No. And then I think there's a gap between KT and Nongshim as well, but they are certainly a lot further away than the top three.
I actually think KT, Nongshim, and DK are again just the same team.
I think DK might be better than both KT and Nongshim right now, but I actually have no idea. And this is why it's difficult to assess teams, right? Because strength of schedule is a big deal.
Yeah.
And we are only going to see Rise teams versus Rise teams, right?
I just, based on how they look and the things they make me feel and the consistency they show, I think they're just the same team. And then so are BNK Pro and DRX.
Yep.
And then there's DNF.
Hi, DNF.
Please,
well, DNF are going to look to see whether they can benefit from this Bro and Brew that we've got going on here. Right now, they have a 100 gold lead. And you know what? Sometimes you got to get a positive wherever you can find it. Right now, DNF, they have... Oh, never mind. It's gone away. There it is. Back again. 200. Look at that. 3.
We're looking for a dive.
All right. Let's see whether the Lord can survive. The answer is he can.
That's kind of clean. I actually really like that from Polu. So identifying that his help is not needed with the dragon. Oh, I thought they were going to do dragon. I feel like
they were half the dragon. Might be just look for the crab.
But really good cover, right? Because they saw Rise pathing towards top. Obviously, if Pyosha can build up, make it to that top lane when Morgan is there, they'll be able to take him down.
Huh, they do decide to back away from the Drake. I actually think that they could have probably done it, but not feeling like they had enough information to take that one down. And it was close to looking for a reset, which is probably a large reason why. Does pick up the Catalyst now, and the Tear of the Goddess.
Yeah, we also had Croco not quite 6 yet, so I think he really doesn't want to take a fight. Well, there's a lot of tiers in this game, Atlas.
Oh yeah, it's just one of those things. But let's see what Closer can get done. I'm looking forward. I like it when there's a Cassiopeia that's actually doing well. A Cassiopeia that's falling behind is a very, very sad thing to witness. So hopefully Closer has a good game. Really does prove that it is year of the Closer. He's up against Bulldog, who's like on this rise that I think has just been pretty slow and steady, but pretty good here in the LCK, tier list wise as far as our mid laners are concerned. And so Bulldog probably just going to be feeling okay, trying to scale his way towards first couple of items.
What were the other? I remember Wolf had another year. Was it year of BDD?
I think every year's year of BDD for Wolf.
Yeah, okay, that's true. But I remember it was an actual thing for a little bit there.
Maybe it's century of BDD and the year of Closer.
I can see that. That makes sense to me.
Perhaps. It is probably the century of Faker, though, if we would ever to be really actually honest and talk in reality about...
Well, yeah, but we got to be able to talk about other people as well. You know?
I know, it makes it really hard, doesn't it? It's just one of those conundrums.
You know, Closer can still have his year.
That's true.
These stories can exist independently, simultaneously next to each other. I don't feel like you're...
I'm not quite there with you. I
not
kind of think that it just has to all be Faker. My friends at the score told me so. Every time they catch straight.
Why does this keep happening?
I'm really sorry. It is every time.
No, it's free marketing. You know?
Yeah, it is. And honestly, they're great guys. So hopefully they don't take it too personally. As Berserker gets engaged on here by Polu, Rogue Charge does get him in there. As
Action!
Level 7, still with the Cyclone in hand.
All right, we're
still
killing
grubs to be fought for here. As Morgan, no teleport, so he's not doing anything about this one. As Purshik now with the Subjugate, they dive towards Polu, who flashes away. Bulldog now at full health. Closer down to 50%. Blasco gets Berserker back in there and takes first blood over Polu. Life's diving forward, but he is going to fall down, and there is the Petrifying Gaze. The flash afterwards as well, and the answer from the pros is too good.
Felt like both teams were on the fence about whether or not they actually wanted to hard commit. And guess what? If that happens, the team that does hard commit wins the fight.
Yeah, you meant they were on the fence, but everyone fell off the fence by the end of that.
I want everyone to look at how many different decisions are being made here, right? So on one end, we have Pioshik. Oh, are they collapse upon him? No, not really, because Bulldog is owning them. Okay, then Berserker's like waiting, biding his time. Bulldog's still fighting two people. Like, why don't we just commit here if we're DNF? Like, you can win this fight. Why is Life going in alone? Why is Pioshik waiting? Why is they're low! If we use our health bars, I actually think they could have won that fight. But you know what? They didn't trust each other, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know who did trust each other there?
The bros.
The bros. Finally.
Do you know who also played exceptionally well in that fight? I think Hype couldn't have played that better. He got so much damage down.
No, it was clean.
Like, also, every auto procced like, the flash did come out, and he looked for Berserker there towards the end, but that was after he managed to win it. Up until that moment, Tavares was looking fantastic. Is still down, is still up a little bit of gold, as we can see here, building towards that Ghost Blade, but Hype is on form. Some scary bros. That's what I'm going to say. As Berserker now looking for Morgan. Crashdown brings Life in, doesn't quite get the Shattering Strike.
I do have to... I feel like DNF is doing a really good job, /Bro is kind of struggling with keeping Morgan in the matchup against Dudu. Because if you are Rumble laning 1v2, you're feeling way better than the Aurora, right? We're actually seeing Dudu pull ahead pretty substantially.
Yeah. Because
he's much more comfortable in a 1v2, and he's not stuck in a counter matchup. We'll have to see if Bro can kind of right that wrong and get Morgan back in the matchup that he wants.
Okay, Life is just going to find Polu. Not too much more is going to come of it. And Bulldog just hanging out with Closer here in mid. I don't know whether the bros are too worried about it. I feel like Morgan is just happy to not have a great time in lane. This is kind of his lot in life.
Okay,
you know?
but you pick that counter matchup, you should have him in the...
Yeah, but I mean, they have to make all the effort to avoid it and stuff like that, you know? Maybe as Morgan, you're just like, it's all right. The rest of the team's doing well. Closer is in a decent spot right now.
Atlas, you know how sometimes people say if they have X person as their lawyer, they're definitely going to be found guilty?
Yeah.
if someone has you as their lawyer, they'd never have to worry about that. Because you're almost making me believe like this is a good decision, when I know for a fact it's not.
Yeah, see? I think that's called gaslighting, isn't it? Something like that, I don't know.
Well, it depends on how you want. No, gaslighting is a specific thing. It's become kind of like lying, but that's not really what it is.
I feel like it's evolved over time because people decide that everything's gaslighting these days. And I gaslit into thinking that gaslighting is a certain thing.
Yeah.
See how I used it there?
It was very wrong, and I did not enjoy that.
Yeah. That's an example of what I was talking about.
The etymology of that word actually very interesting. I don't think we have time for that, though.
I like etymology. Okay, we've got to keep his verdict. The verdict is in, and it is no Trundle. He is going to get out of there.
All right, back to etymology. So it's about a specific... I want to say it was a film about the actual, like... This used to be a thing, a gaslight, right?
Yeah.
And you... Oh, hold up.
All right, there's a Cyclone. In goes Polo as well. Chains of Corruption are more celebratory than anything else, but I think the bros are still happy with it. Never mind, Croco misses the Cyclone there, and now Closer is in such an awkward spot. Will be taken down here by Dudu. And now Morgan slinks between worlds and will be able to take down Life to get one back here for Bro. That's going to be Feats of Warfare there as well. I think they kind of won that. I don't really know.
That was one of the most Rise Group sequences I've ever seen.
Oh, it was beautiful, wasn't it? The sad Wukong spinning after a target that just never got in range.
It's just everything about that. Okay, so...
Take me on a journey,
The idea of this is great. We can't be missing our Chains of Corruption on stun targets.
Yeah.
And then Croco also, as you highlight, the sad spin.
Sad spin.
And then Closer, I didn't even catch what happened on the tailwind. I assume either tried the zone or just walked into a bunch of people. I'm not quite sure. It's a favorable trade for Bro, I guess.
Yeah, they get the Drake.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, they won, but it just didn't feel like it, you know?
So back to gaslighting. It specifically refers. I can't let it go.
Clip that, everyone.
I have to finish this story, Atlas.
Please tell me about the etymology again.
It specifically refers. I don't know if it was a novel or if it was a movie, but about someone continuously lying about a gaslight being on or off to try and hide. I think it was like a murder plot. And it was about an actual gaslight. It's about continued pattern of lying to ensure that you kind of start doubting your own sense of reality, which is clearly not the same as lying. But it's also interesting because if you use a word for a different meaning enough times...
I feel like that has happened a little bit.
I mean, it has happened since the beginning of time. Words kind of do actually change their meaning. So I don't know where we're at in that process right now.
Yeah. People refer to difference of opinion as gaslighting these days.
I mean, there's a lot of words that mean very different things than they used to, right?
Yeah, it's a very good point.
I don't know if you've seen the clip of, or like the oh, hold up. We'll get back to this.
Teleport comes in. Shelly has been started up here by Pyoshik, and I don't think the bros are going to do anything about this because Close is in the bottom lane, and they are just going to let the Rift Herald go and look to see what they can do as far as taking down this turret. That would be feats of strength if they do manage to get any turrets in these side lanes. As right now, Croco will find Life on his way down. The bros committing to this one. There's the knockup of the Magnus Storm. It's a great answer. And now, Hype looking to try and get some damage across, and he certainly does. Chains of Corruption there as well, holding them in place as Bulldog. So many Blight stacks, but Hype cannot finish the kills. But still, down goes the turret, and I think that's exactly what the bros wanted. Whether they should have wanted it or not, I'm not entirely sure. But they played to what their plan was, and the plan succeeded. All right, Equalizer going to get a flash here out of Hype as Dudu comes on over. Look at that, he was burning the kennel.
Can't do that, that's so rude.
I know, it's a bit rude.
It's actually not a very cool thing to do. No flash on Hype is a big deal. That's definitely a big cooldown for the Varus that is playing into a lot of hard engage and at Trundle pillars. They're trying to look for the crash. I feel like someone should take that.
Yeah.
Also, did we try to block the charge and then slightly misplace? I guess no, because it was Pyoshik. I'm losing it, Atlas. I'm not gonna. Yeah, it's already.
Pyoshik can't. If he had have blocked his own charge, that would have been very impressive.
This is like we're 16 minutes in. We're already losing the plot. This is Rise, baby.
Oh no, I'm well and truly on top of where the plot is. We were having a discussion about gaslighting. I was thinking about, is it a banned Gaslight Anthem?
Yes, I think so.
can't remember very many examples of their music, but I remember liking them. It, like, you know how like if you don't remember anything about something, it's the vibe of the memory of the name of the thing gives you a good feeling.
The vibe?
Yeah.
Would you say that vibe was...
It's not tempo-based. Although maybe if I heard the general BPM of a Gaslight Anthem song, it might help trigger the memory.
You know,
so maybe it is a bit of a tempo vibe, actually.
Sometimes I worry that the LCK is like, you know, one of those episodic shows where you miss one episode and you're like, what the hell are these guys? Like, there's just completely new lingo that you don't understand. And you're like, what the hell are they talking about? Yeah. Is that us?
Yeah, that is. I mean, it's been us for many years now, chronically. If you're only figuring it out now,
no, but I feel like are we Flanderized? Are we getting worse?
Yes. All right. The Bros now looking for a little bit of a battle here as the second dragon of the game is going down. That is easily secured. Croco finds the double knock-up as well as the Cyclones are named perfectly. Double kill comes through here for Hype as the equalizer does a fair bit of damage, but unfortunately, it's not going to lock down the kills. Oh, baby, it's a Cloud Soul as well. It's all coming up, bro.
It's again the cohesion that's the difference maker. I think the setup for DNF there was actually good. I'm not even... Your double frontline getting taken out and engaged like that, that's not the end of the fight. Why are Dudu, Bulldog, and Berserker all with full health bars running away? We need to all in.
Well, they definitely did not do very much of that, as Dudu is going to have to flash to get out of the way of Polu. And Bulldog is at least able to grab some pedals here towards his top side, as Dudu is trying to do some backing, and Croco doesn't really like that. Trinity Force is now complete as well. Man, this guy is doing a fair bit of work. But now Pureshik will turn up, finds a kennel, and Dudu, come back. Yeah, there it is. The Harpoon is going to connect. They do manage to take down the overextending Wukong. Now Morgan could be in trouble as well, as you praise the Bros, and then maybe things just go the other direction. They really are. Sometimes they're just contrarians, aren't they?
Okay, that was a classic Croco play, but not in the good way.
Yeah.
Where if he has ult, I think he can make that play.
If you don't like him, it is worst. You don't deserve him, it is killing everyone, you know? As Berserker's going to kill Hype. Speaking of killing everyone, there it is. Very nicely done. And Pureshik just walks up and gets a kill for his AD carry.
Is the tide churning, Atlas?
I don't know. I can't feel the tempo vibes of this game.
It's incomprehensible. This is what I mean. Like, imagine if Dudu flash Qs on top of them here. I actually think Polu, Morgan, and Croco just die.
Yeah.
And then Berserk, Oh.
The look of confusion as well mixed in.
It's so understandable, though. Again, this is what a team with a lack of confidence looks like. It's something we're going to keep going back to. Like, I'm looking at that fight. I think that's playable.
Yep.
With a Rumble who actually is decently fed at that point. And then what happens afterwards is like he gets jumped on and has to flash. Anyway,
I got nothing to really
anyway, it doesn't matter because Croco overchases. Really nice collapse there from Live, as well as a good gank from Pureshik on mid. Means that DNF is back in the lead, Atlas.
They are.
I am just clinging on to hope.
I mean, in the lead is an interesting way to describe it.
When it comes to specifically gold, yeah.
There we go.
I mean, yeah, when it comes to compositions, when it comes to dragons, I don't want to...
Yeah.
I'm really grasping.
They've got strong feet, except one of them is a snake. And so, theoretically, they've got less feet to go around. So maybe it's not as much of a big deal. The feet's a strength situation. Haha, Cassiopeia jokes. Of course, strength do still give her stuff. Is Pureshik going to come down towards this bottom side of the map looking for closer, but the Twin Fangs are biting the rise. He flashes anyway, just terrified of this snake lady, and we are programmed as humans to be scared of snakes. It's not his fault. But still, that flash was hilarious.
Man, Bulldog, clearly not Australian with that flash. I think otherwise he would have held his nerves a lot better. They flash away. They get the kill on the closer, though. Big win there. I think maybe he was expecting closer to like flash on top of him, / flash after him.
Yeah. And closer instead just decides, nah, I'm slithering, man. I'm just going to slither around and have a good time. Bulldog is going to be able to take down this turret towards his bottom side. And so that is going to extend that gold lead that we were talking about, perhaps relevant now, as DNF.
You know,
I can feel the tempo vibes now. I actually can.
We can feel him shift. I want to highlight, I very often talk about when it comes to a lot of our teams, even game wins can be a big deal. There's a lot of teams that are very close when together, very close to each other when it comes to the performance in series and in game score. For DNF, that's not enough. They need to win actual series, right? Even a game win, not going to do it by itself, as we do look here. Nice ult from Closer there. Actually gets the Conqueror proc, and then... Okay, yeah, no, I Closer
might have thought that he was dead to one more... No, he wasn't.
But he wasn't.
He was definitely not. So, I don't know. It was a bit of a weird flash. Maybe
but
it was a preemptive flash.
I would rather that he flashes than that, like, they make that play and he miscalculates and dies, and then it's a 1-for-1.
Yeah.
I actually would rather have Bulldog flash, even though we can agree that it was not.
Maybe the flash lures
not
into a false sense of security, thinking that Bulldog's going to be a target that they can go for. As Pioshik is putting Kennels down here in this mid lane. He will take care of your dog.
I just one team fight DNF. Just one good team fight, that's all I ask. I know you have it in you, please. Please, you have a Rel Rumble, you have Rise, you have a 2-item Spike Corki that's about to transform.
Well, there is a chance of corruption.
Berserker shooting at them.
Exactly. These rockets starting to do some work. Doesn't have too many left in the chamber. As now Croco actually just going to walk on over and start this up. Morgan off to the side as well, as Hype is the one dealing with this mid lane wave. Berserker going to throw that one forward. Some decent damage. Here's the Keeper's Verdict. Just gets rid of the Corki. The follow-up damage is now missing as the equalizer. They just walk away. Now Polu is able to lock down Bulldog. That's a double here for the Lord. And Polu's work here is done. Walks away with 100 health. And DNF, once again, team fights are going to be on the list of stuff that we need to work on in the future.
It's a puppy diff so far in these fights. Polu single-handedly slams away one of the more fed members of the team, and then also immediately finds the engage onto another. That was beautiful.
Yeah, it's gorgeously
got
played.
Soul point. Oh, DNF.
It's such a shame. And the thing that's beautiful about this as well is I don't think it even matters which target Polu hits, right? Like, he just needs to send someone away, and the fact that there's no hesitation. Immediately, he's flash heroic charging, locking down someone. So for that brief moment, it's a 3v5. Like, you're never winning that.
Again, it's two deathball comps, and one team is actually deathballing.
Yeah, and one team has the death baseball bat.
Really, really cute to see the decision-making here. So he initially was channeling at Pioshik, but when Pioshik got ulted, instead of going for the stationary target, he's like, I'm going to hit someone else away, and then follow up with the E, knowing that Pioshik was most likely already dead. So actually, really nice bit of split-second decision-making there from the bro support.
Yep, and also then the immediate follow-up from the rest of the team. This is the difference between these two. As a flash out from Croco, maybe a slightly over-aggressive move, as Polu's still looking for an angle here, as Edge of Night from Hype is able to allow him to soak one of these rockets. I mean, the bros are always going forward at the same pace, you know?
It's always a bit rickety, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe the reason, like, so you know how I explained tempo vibes yesterday? Maybe the bros only understand the tempo vibes if they're at one specific point. And when they do align, right, their idea of what the tempo of the game is and what the tempo vibes are, when it aligns with bros' just consistent thoughts of how things are supposed to be, it looks beautiful.
Atlas, your explanation of tempo vibes, the best way I can kind of explain the way it feels to me is, you know, when you have an essay that you write and you need like just a couple more 100 words. Yeah. So you're like, what if I just talk? And I don't actually need to talk about it. I don't really need to explain what I'm talking about, but I'm going to talk around it, and then it'll make sense.
No, that's not tempo vibes. That's my career. You're talking about a different thing.
No, but normally I think you make a lot of sense. And everything you say is a point, but the tempo vibes I just don't get.
Oh, well, I mean, maybe it's just above you. It's
not
everyone
It's beyond my comprehension.
You don't need to understand.
But I do.
I'm here.
That is true.
Yeah.
I guess I don't need to have everything explained to me.
Yeah, and you know, you can just like, you can appreciate the game to the level that you understand, you know? And like,
just not at your level.
And I'm just in the realm of the tempo vibes, which is just a little bit higher up.
A little different.
That's allowed. Chance of corruption going to connect here as well. Berserker is really dead. Interruption on the Valkyrie, just gorgeous, and now Polu holding the rest of them in position. And the Bros looking for even more as Croco just spinning because he can. And there is Petrifying Gaze here from Closer. Dudu gonna flash. That is going to get him out of there, but still, he's not really fighting anymore. And Bulldog, he's done. He is just pushing this bottom lane. And honestly, good move, because they're at least able to get something back.
They can actually contest this. Yeah, with a TP, they still have Equalizer. Like, this is not done.
Well, there is a lot of Baron damage with this composition, especially out of Closer.
They can't be slow. They got to pull the trigger now.
You have to get in there yesterday, but it is just going to go down. Equalizer is decently positioned. The Magnus Storm doesn't really do much of anything at all, and Dudu really wants to be able to get in there to do damage, but he knows no flash, no chance. The Bros just walk away with 5 fresh Barons.
Every time I think there's a punish window, I get proven wrong, Atlas, and I don't like it.
Yeah. By the way, there's a guy in chat called Chillaxbro1 that just said they're not gonna lie, they just really like the term tempo vibes. And you know what?
It's provocative.
Same.
Maybe the fact that we don't understand it is what makes it better. Just like this teamfight decision, So Dudu gets out here. As you highlight, nice flash means that Paulo can't quite find. But here, if Life fully sends it and Dudu follows up, like, I actually think you can at least kill a few of them. I get that, like, I think playing for the smite might not have, even though you have 2 smites, like, I get that probably doesn't work. But I just keep seeing these opportunities, and it feels like DNF, they're just not aligned. And now we got Morgan with TP pushing in the bot lane. We got Soul Point set up.
Whoa, there's the flash. Hits 4 with the Petrifying Gaze, but the Heroic Charge goes wide. Bulldog goes golden, and Croco has found him on this back line. And now Morgan gets in there, goes between the worlds. Dudu gets sliced in half. Yoshik as well does have some subjugation, but unfortunately, those that he's trying to subjugate are saying, nah, no thanks, buddy.
And he has subjugation, but not supervisation!
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah.
Well, Bulldog is going to make it to the river. Scuba dives his way out of here.
I don't think the Nexus falls.
I think the Nexus feels like it's already fallen, though, doesn't it?
The Nexus has fallen.
Yeah.
What's that movie?
Olympus is fallen.
There you go.
Yeah, Gerard Butler.
Yeah, that movie's great.
I
don't know.
I don't quite remember. There's a few of those movies.
No, it's like the White House is being attacked, and then
it's these like the politicians are under fire movies.
It's like,
there's like 800 of them.
It's basically Die Hard with extra steps.
Yeah.
Also,
there's a Channing Tatum one as well.
White House Down. Yeah, I like that one. That one was good.
That was a romp.
So DNF are getting Otacon. I don't get it. After all this, they do get Otacon. As Closer starts up, Paulo just not quite finding the angle there, and the rest of the team also isn't quite ready. So it's a bit messy. They do kill Bulldog, or get close to killing Bulldog. He does flash over and phase rushes and then makes his way out. So Bro don't actually get that much value out of their Baron buff. Like, they haven't even gotten an inhib.
I mean, it's a 4K Rebel Baron power.
Well, it's fine, but you know, they also have Soul. I don't know. I'm trying to glass half full this Atlas.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, but they've got Soul. Like,
well, no, I know, and also they've won every team fight.
Yeah. And they even give DNF that little bit of hope. And that's generosity right there, by allowing them to take the Otacon.
Piercing doesn't take that much damage, so that's nice at least.
Has now at least got a little bit of armor built up. There's Croco clearing out some vision where he can. These wards keep popping up as Life keeps throwing them over. Harpoon's coming on out, but you can see Morgan splitting in this mid lane up against the Rise. Feeling okay in that matchup as well, as we can see 4-0-3 on this Aurora. I swear, it is, maybe it's not the year of Closer, it's the year of Morgan. It is the year of our Lord 2025.
I'm a little bit skeptical when you try to proclaim it, but round 3 is the round of Morgan. I feel, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, the closer you get to Worlds, the closer he is.
I just hope it continues to round 4. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Hopefully they, get into play-ins.
Because today's the last day of round 3.
Yeah. And yeah, the rounds are very short here, ladies and gentlemen, as Keeper's Verdict is just going to pick the middle. Still DNF taking a lot of damage. And now they're going to look for the flank angle as in goes Croco. Knock up onto Life. And he is just going to get taken down. A desperation engage as Bulldog down to 200. going to get sent back to the fountain. But the bros, they do not bite off more than they can chew. No, 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 no. We're backing away.
Reset.
Yeah.
Wait for Baron.
Unless Closer decides he wants to kill Pyoshik, or Hype decides that. There's a teleport coming in from Dudu. I don't know what's quite going on there as Heroic Charge doesn't get the stun, and it's just Dudu's wild ride, just on a merry jaunt. Another yell, another scream towards this Rise, who is going to be able to go golden. These Twin Fangs really starting to hurt here as Closer is going to be able to lock down that kill. A weird series of events, but they are going to come up pro in the end. In goes Croco, the flash forward to find the Q onto the Corki. And the bros are denied their reset opportunity. Instead, they're going to be forced to win the game after waiting for a minion wave.
But what about the Baron?
Oh, it's so sad. That's 43 seconds. That might be too long. Let's see, though, as the siege is on now. Morgan tanking up this turret momentarily, but Life and Pyoshik, I just don't know what they're going to be able to do. Somehow that Chains of Corruption misses, and there goes Life. In the blink of an eye, it is over. And there is Croco locking down that kill. The bros, in the end, able to come out victorious. It was a very interesting series. The vibes were hard to really translate in this one. But in the end, the power of the bro team fight was too much.
It really does come down to the 5v5. I think both teams had a lot of mechanical misexecution.